Hey guys, so it's time here to check out a new benchmark program which I never tested before. It's called the GFX Bench OpenGL. So let's start them up here on these phones. I'm not sure how long time it's going to take, but it is going to do some stuff in here. So it's going to be some 3D testing here to see the performance of it. So interesting with this test, like the download size on especially the S3 mini and I think S4 mini, it was 50 megabytes, and then the download was around 144 megabytes. I think it was for the S5 mini, and then it basically was how big was it? It was 144 megabytes and then like 288 megabytes or something like that on the fastest phone here, which is the S8. Now it's doing some off-screen tests. This is why it kind of looks a little bit boring. And I'm really not sure how long this test is gonna run. I mean, I've been running Geekbench and Antutu benchmark programs in the past. There's also this 3D Mark program, but I couldn't run the Geekbench test because I don't think it was compatible on all devices. Pretty random, and same with Antutu, but this one was actually well on all devices, so that was actually quite nice. Now this is a pretty strange test. Okay, looks like the S8. Okay, it's still doing that kind of test here. It's a little weird. It's a little strange. I don't remember when S3 mini came out. Was it 2012? I think actually it could have been 2013 maybe. I think so. Okay, that is a pretty random test. It's a little bit interesting here how it runs like different. I mean, I saw this one actually. I saw it first on the S4 mini, so that was a little bit strange. This looks like some kind of GeoHot hacker thing. And then you have the bubbles over here, which is a little bit random also. I really don't know. Okay, 1080p driver alpha blending off screen on the S3 mini. Alpha blending. Like, I don't know anything about like 3D stuff and stuff like that, but this looks pretty hardcore. I gotta say a little bit random actually, to be honest. It's so weird. It's such a weird test. Oh my god. And why is it like different colors? Like every phone have literally different colors in this test. It looks so strange. It looks so strange. So weird. And also interesting here how all of these phones are different colors. S5 mini has a white front. This one has this kind of blue front. This one has this kind of dark front, but not fully dark. You have super dark front on the S8. Doing some texturing tests here. Wow, that's a dangerous dinosaur. It looks like it tests the display a lot, like colors and such, but I'm really not sure what it does. I mean, it is a little bit random. It is a little bit random, like why is there a dinosaur here and no dinosaur on this? And why is there this GeoHot hacking thing over there? Oh, I couldn't read the text. 1080p texturing off screen. Yeah, a bunch of boxes. Is that a horse? I don't think so. I always wonder why there is just a like a little cube in the middle on all phones. Why don't they like cover the full display? Maybe it's supposed to be like that you're inside of a cinema, and that's the cinema display, and you are at the center. I don't know, but it does look so weird. Here's the little green box. Here is a green box in blue. Here is, it looks like Age of Empires like knights with silver helmets. Here it's the same as that one. Now it's doing some more texturing up there. Oh, that dinosaur again. So it does look like it's doing all the same tests on all of these, but it does them a little bit more in like a randomized order. It doesn't seem to be that synchronized to always run it in the same sequence. I don't know really. It's a little bit random. It's interesting here how it seems to be running pretty well on the S3 Mini even. I mean, up there at the top. I mean, I don't really see any like problems. 1080p test. It doesn't run that well on the S4 Mini here. I can see some problematic things. Hopefully we can see some the same kind of tests of this one over there to see how it kind of performs. It's also pretty interesting how we can run this whole test on this phone and this phone on only 50 megabytes. Like, I gotta say, that is extremely interesting. Because for me, it doesn't make any logical sense. Oh my god, that looks so cool. I really hope these other phones are also gonna get this test. I mean, it does look like a crazy dinosaur. 1080p Manhattan off screen. How many tests is it gonna run? Car chase. No, it looks like it's gonna be a new one on the S8. Car chased. T-Rex is now coming up on this one. We already have had T-Rex on this one. We're also gonna have T-Rex on that one. Oh my god, that one looks amazing. Oh my god, that looks so awesome. I gotta say, I'm so impressed by this test. Okay, it doesn't have any sound. It is quite interesting here. So here you can see kind of like a big difference between the S5 Mini and the S3 Mini. But still, I am still very, very impressed with the S3 Mini that it can still run the tests. Is it gonna do the T-Rex again? Seriously? Like, what? Oh my god, it looks so good on the S8. And now it's gonna do the same test off screen. Okay, that's strange. Now this is an interesting thing. Is this the same test? It actually looks like it performs way better on the S4 Mini than on the S5 Mini. It does look like the S4 Mini has a better GPU, which is extremely interesting. Because it doesn't feel like it should have that. T-Rex. But wow, this is running so well on the S4 Mini. That phone is really good, to be honest. And it's loading up the T-Rex off screen here also on the S5 Mini, and then it's also gonna do that on the S3 Mini. And now it's probably gonna, now it's gonna load that thing up. Hopefully this could be the last one. Because seriously, how many tests is it gonna run? So it's kind of loading up here. That same boring test. 4040p Manhattan. Oh my god, that is high resolution. This one is... That sounds so high resolution on the Galaxy S8. Let's see if that runs well. Render quality, I haven't seen that one on the S5 Mini. This is really taking a while. I mean, I did not expect it to be this long. Like, seriously? I hope it's not going to be 10 more minutes, because that would kind of be a long video and it's kind of weird, to be honest. Again, we are on the same test on 3 devices. Even though it does take a while to load up. Render quality high precision. What? Wow. It's just hammering different tests here. Open GFX GL Manhattan 3.1. Oh, it was this test that I saw on the S4 Mini. Oh, finally we got the score. And this is quite interesting. So we do have it in special tests, low-level tests, and high-level tests. So we're getting the scores up and running right now. So it's soon gonna finish up also on the most high-end phone, the S8. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit for the S8, but we can start here by seeing. See, I'm just gonna go into display here. 30 seconds. It kind of sucks. Unbelievable. Okay, so this one is still loading up. Okay, did we have the score? It is a little bit funny how it takes the longest time on the big boy over there. But let's start off here with this one on high level tests. S3 Mini, the slowest phone. So on high level tests, T-Rex 18x480, it gets 4 FPS. On 1080p T-Rex off screen 1 FPS, which is horrible. You cannot play a game in that. This one you can almost play 800x480 resolution 12 FPS. And then you can see off blending 446 MB per second. Driver overhead 30 FPS, okay. And render quality. Okay, so that was pretty bad score, to be honest. The kind of score we're gonna get here on some more high level tests on the S4 Mini. So 960x540, a little bit higher resolution, 7.1 FPS. 15 FPS here on the T-Rex test, 960x540, so it can be pretty decent, but still pretty low on a lot of things here. And if we check out the score on the S5 Mini, you can see this one actually performs worse. 720p and 1080p resolutions, 8.5 FPS and 6.6 FPS, and then a bunch of low-level tests. We can see on 720p here with Mali 400 it does pretty well, 29 FPS. That is pretty impressive, I have to say. But I'm mostly curious on how the S8 will kind of stack up against this. Now do remember that when we do compare these scores, remember that some of these are 1080p and some here are lower. But for example, 1080p here with the T-Rex off screen here got 6.6 FPS, and T-Rex here off screen got 6.2 FPS. Actually, these two have both Mali 400. Okay, that's interesting. So they both have that. That is interesting. So Mali 400 usually perform great in GTA San Andreas games. Huh. And this one is running on also Mali 400 MP. Really? That is strange. Or maybe it doesn't. Here it says Adreno 305. Maybe I was looking wrong. Okay, so here it looks like it's Adreno 305, and here it's Mali 400 MP. Okay, and then again here also Mali 400 MP. Okay, that is a little bit weird. How long is this one gonna take? Seriously. This is the slowest benchmark program I've ever seen in my whole life. I hope it's worth it. Because damn, this is slow. I mean, it's been taking like 16 minutes, come on. I ain't got all day. T-Rex. It's doing so many comparisons there. It's so crazy. Ja men vad fan. Hur jävla många är det? Alltså seriöst. Hur fan kan det vara så många? Helt sjukt. Alltså seriöst. Seriöst. Det kan inte vara så här segt. Helt otroligt. Det är ju helt otroligt. Alltså seriöst. Vad är felet? This is so slow. And it's so slow. And this is the most boring test I've ever seen in my life. It is so boring. It is so boring. It's just a bunch of cubes. Seriously? Seriously. Yes. This phone is getting warm. Oh my god. Even more test. Render quality. Render quality. Render quality. Like seriously, is this video gonna be over 20 minutes just because this one is so extremely slow? Like seriously, who does a test? Who does an app test 20 minutes? Like seriously? That is a bit overkill. Like really. I hope this is the last one. Like this is almost a parody. This is almost a parody. Wow. I wish you could get like an overall score. We can go in and check in some interesting stuff here. Oh my god, it's finally done. Okay. So let's check out the score here. 20-minute video. Oh my god. Okay, so card chase. Okay, this is extremely high resolution. So it's Mali G71. It's 26, 78, 1440, 30 FPS. Here it's more playable. 25 FPS at 1080p. Oh my god, this is so detailed. Manhattan card chase off screen, but this is mainly off screen. This one was interesting. 1080p Manhattan, 35 FPS, 58 FPS on T-Rex. Wow, Mali GPU. It seems to be pretty powerful. 48 FPS, 36 FPS on extremely high resolution, 60 FPS. Oh my god, this is amazing. So that is really nice. So if we go into info here, we can see N4 with 2, 800 x 480, 960 x 540, 720p, and extremely high resolution here. Octa-core CPU here, and OpenGL. That is interesting. I wish you could see the GPU. Okay, Mala G71. Okay, so yeah, quickly a video checking that out. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to do more benchmark tests, and have a great day.